What is up, everybody? Crypto Hedge here with another live stream update. Thank you guys for tuning in. I can see the chat box is just blowing up. I saw someone say that that was Lambo music. That was Lambo music. I try to switch it up a little bit and get some good music on my streams. But thank you guys for tuning in. We got 66 people tuning in at the current moment. Thank you. I'm sure you guys have seen Monero just explode. And we're going to get to just why Monero exploded. So it'll be a little interesting, but I'm going to wait for a few more people to tune in and then we're going to get launched off and started. Thank you guys once again. Make sure to smash that like button. We have 72 people watching right now. What's up, Jason R? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Jimbo Slice? Hedge will be coming on. Hedge is on. What's up, everybody? Got 75 people, 77 people watching. Smash that like button. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to get on my Twitter account as well. Follow my Twitter account. It is at CryptoHedge _ or CryptoHedge. And I also have a Slack channel if you guys want to join me on Slack. My Slack account is hedge-slack.slack.com. So if you guys want to join me on there, we have 22 people on there. I haven't really been broadcasting my my Slack channel just yet, but it's relatively new. So if you want to get on there, go ahead and follow the channel. But thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna get started in just a minute. The scary head. Where is the scary head? The scary head is right over there. Maybe you guys will be able to see it. 89 people watching. Awesome. What's up, Drax? Switzerland here again. Awesome to have you. Nice haircut. Thank you. Thank you, Chrissy, my girl, my day one. When Atomic Swaps is happening, I'm not exactly sure when Atomic Swaps is happening. There's multiple things that are going to get released on the Litecoin platform, but I really couldn't tell you since I'm not a developer, but I'm watching it closely. I'm tracking it closely. I am on Zap. I know we went over Zap in one of my live streams. Zap is the Lightning Network wallet. They have a Twitter account. Maybe I can pull it up real quick. We're going to get into, and also guys, the Litecoin Community Alliance. I'm a member of the Litecoin Community Alliance. So if you guys want to follow their Twitter page, which is it's at Litecoin CA, they're basically a community getting together to further the adoption of Litecoin. So I just want to show you guys this as well. But we did go over Zap, and this is Zap right here. This is their Twitter account. It's the Lightning Network wallet, which is in beta testing right now. So I would go ahead and follow this Twitter account because I think that it'll be more active in the near future. And you can see that Vertcoin is following it, and also Charlie Lee. So that's pretty cool to see. And we're going to go over Vertcoin as well. I'm sure some people have been asking. I know people have been asking on my Twitter account about Vertcoin, and we're going to be doing a interview with a developer. I think his name is James Joylove. I'm going to be doing an interview with a developer of Vertcoin. Hopefully, I'm pretty sure we slammed it. It's confirmed that we are going to be doing it Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll have the Vertcoin. I'll be doing a Skype call with the creator of Vertcoin. And Vertcoin also has atomic swaps, so I think it's going to be a big deal. I think whenever we can kind of see when Litecoin starts to move up, Vertcoin starts to move up as well, which won't always be the case, but it's something to look at. And thank you guys so much for following my Twitter account. I mean, in the past days, my Twitter account has just been kind of blowing up, so thank you guys so much. I made my account I think 2 weeks ago, and I have 700 followers right now, which is crazy. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, you guys can go ahead and follow my Twitter account. So Crypto Hedge, 3 of you 5 top crypts have skyrocketed. Nice picks. Thank you so much, Q. Oh, so you're saying 3 out of my top 5 picks have skyrocketed? Yes, indeed they have, which is awesome to see. Can't wait for my Japan trip next year. Can't wait to use Bitcoin to Litecoin atomic swaps. Great job for newbies. Watching from Atlanta. What's up, Javier? If you guys are tuning in for the first time, and if you guys are watching this live stream right now, I want you guys to put in the chat box where you guys are located, city and state, to see a rough idea of where my people are, my followers. I want to see where you guys are coming from. Lisk went through hell. We'll go over Lisk. I want to see where you guys are coming from, and then we're going to get started. We have 105 people watching right now. Make sure to smash that like button. UK, Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is very close to me. St. Louis, Missouri. Austin, Texas. New York City. Sydney, Australia. Los Angeles, Mississippi. Got a nice diverse group like always. Slovenia. Colorado. Norway. I spoke with someone from Norway just recently. Netherlands, New Zealand. Providence, Washington, D.C. California. Finland, Scotland. Holy moly, we got a nice diverse group here. Argentina. Is anyone here from Venezuela? I know we had a few people tuning in before that were from Venezuela. A lot of things to talk about with Venezuela. Mexico, Bay Area, Canada, Colorado, planet Earth. Is anyone from Crypto Moon? I said that last time. Gotta get some people from Crypto Moon. Scotland, Nigeria, that's awesome. France, Mexico, Ireland, Chinatown. Coming from the moon, we expect LTC to visit us soon. That's funny. We got the aliens on the moon expecting a visit. Germany, Canada, that's awesome. Alrighty guys, we're gonna hop into some of the stuff I want to talk about with you guys. I know we did talk about Monero in one of my last videos. Monero is the anonymity coin. It's the anonymous coin for anonymous transactions. Bitcoin and Litecoin, they're not geared towards that specific. We saw Monero jump up quite intensely just from yesterday to today, like double in price. It's like sitting around $80, I believe, right now. We can go check it out. I'm going to go over why. Wow, we can see Litecoin, $48. Litecoin smashed. I was waiting for Litecoin to go above $47, like for a good portion of today, especially when I started looking at the charts. It was sitting around $46.90, and it like wouldn't go through 47, but we can see that it kind of smashed through $47 just in the past hour. On GDAX, it's at $47.41, and on Bitrex, it's at $48 right now. We can see with Bitrex, for some, not really in particular, but we can see with Bitrex, the price usually is trading at a higher price point rather than GDAX. So that's just something that's kind of been frequent and consistent. So nothing to worry about. But this is the BTC to LTC pair on Bitrex right now. And you can see it's trading around $48, which is really cool. I did post on Twitter that tons and tons, I mean, just look at that buying pressure. Oh my lordy, this is what you want to see right here. You're gonna see, you see this buying pressure right here. You're gonna see basically it's like a big ice cube, and it's gonna melt down, and give in to buying above. But you can see it's further to the right. Definitely buying pressure going on right now, which is incredible to see. Beautiful stuff, guys. Beautiful. All right, that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, just the buying pressure alone is just amazing. And I did tell you guys multiple times, people were commenting on my last live streams, like, if I was going to buy into Litecoin at any point in time and I was new to the crypto space, I would have bought it at the bottom. And I told you guys where the bottom was. So I'm going to go over to GDAX real quick. We'll get to Monero. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but you guys know that I'm just kind of like that. But we're going to get to Monero in a second, but I want to show you guys with Litecoin. I told you guys to buy the bottom, which was around like $43. If I was going to get into a long position with Litecoin, and we can already see that it's above $43. It's at basically $48 right now, which is incredible, unbelievable. And it's following that MACD trend line perfectly, that original trend line from when segregated witness was introduced to Litecoin's platform. Has not broken that trend line, which is crazy to see. We can see right here that it has broken out of the descending line right here from the last run. Look at that. It's at basically $47.46, which it has kind of broken out of that. We'll watch that closely. This is a 4-hour chart. But I did tell you guys, I told you, if I was gonna buy Litecoin at any point in time for a long position, I would have bought right here. And I made like 2 live streams telling you guys that, if I was gonna buy at any time, I'd be buying right now. Not now, but at that point in time. But I think that we're gonna see a run with Litecoin. Hopefully you guys jumped on the train when I told you guys to buy in. I was really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, it's at $44, and it didn't break that original trend line, which is crazy. This is the original trend line from when segregated witness was introduced to Litecoin's platform, which is this green line right here. There we go, nice and thick. And you can see that it's been starting to uptrend, and it has broken out of this line right here. Let's see if it continues to break out. Hopefully it does. I mean, it's slammed through $47 in the past like 30 minutes. And it's at $47.46, so we might just getting testy with a new breakout, a bigger breakout. It's already broken out, but we'll see how high this goes. Of course, the first target is $52, around $52. Really, it's like, $52 would be our resistance as of right now. And then our all-time high resistance is around $55. So we'll watch that closely. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll have, further increase of value with Litecoin, but I'm really hoping that you guys jumped on the train when I was letting you guys know it's not going to break this trend line, and well, it didn't break the trend line. We saw some consolidation. It was definitely testing that trend line, and then now we're seeing a breakout of the descending line, which is awesome stuff. Hopefully we'll be getting into a new all-time high fairly soon. We do have, of course, a big roadmap ahead, big things to come, and I mean, we can see with Monero. Now we're going to go over why Monero has jumped up so considerably, like overnight. And we already went over in the past live streams about how Korea's buying power has been immense. Korea has been buying, the buying pressure from Korea has been crazy, and a lot of people know what's going on in Korea right now. But we can see that NEO was a big portion of Korea's buying power. Bitcoin and Bcash, Bitcoin Cash, all of that was huge with Korean buying power. We can see Bcash. We're gonna get to that in a minute. It's been crashing quite heftily. And I told you guys not to get into that trade. That's a tricky trade. And we already saw when I made that live stream, it go up to like $800. I think it topped out ceiling at $1,000, and then it's been descending and heavily retracing since then. I think it's around $600 at the current moment, but we'll get to that in a minute. But the reason why Monero has gained so much attention but so much value in such a small amount of time is because Monero is going to be introduced to a Korean exchange, I think in like 2 days, which is, it's big news. And we can see a lot of people bought Monero before that exchange introduced Monero. And this exchange, I think it's called Bithumb. Right here, we can look at it, Bithumb. I don't have an account with them, so I don't know what this is. I don't know how to get rid of this. There we go. Yeah, so Bithumb's going to be introducing Monero, I think, in the next few days. So people are already gaining up on some Monero, getting some in their pocket, in their bag, before Korea gets the coin. And this is the second largest exchange in North Korea. Not North Korea, but South Korea. Korea in general. I don't want to say North or South, but I think it's just Korea in general that has a lot of buying power. But Bithumb is the second largest in Korea, and they're going to be getting Monero on their exchange. And we already know, I think people are getting smart that, holy crap, like Korea has a lot of buying power. They're going to buy the crap out of Monero when it gets introduced to their second largest exchange. We'll see what happens. I haven't gotten into any positions with Monero. I'm kind of just sitting back on my Litecoin, just getting really excited. But I haven't gotten into any new positions with Monero at the current moment. But we'll watch that closely. It's grown substantially, extremely fast in a very short period of time, which is usually unsubstantiated growth. But we'll see, because I guess people are getting smart. They saw what happened with NEO. They saw what happened with Bcash, and now people are trying to jump on the train before Korea gets not Korea, but Bithumb introduces Monero onto their exchange, and we'll see what happens. But enough with that. I mean, you can see right here, someone's talking about Monero going onto the Bithumb exchange soon, which is basically rumors, which is factual rumors, and then people usually sell off during the news. But we'll see how high it goes. It's at around, I think, $70. Let's go check it out. Oh man, Litecoin's funny. Litecoin's a funny guy. All right, let's get over to looking at Monero real quick. Oh, what's going on? All right, we're going to check out Monero. We're going to check out NEO. We're going to check out those coins. Look at that, 46%. Incredible stuff. I haven't really even looked at the charts for Monero, to be quite honest. I kind of had a time crunch to get this live stream in, but big announcement is that I'm going to have Vertcoin, the creator of Vertcoin, on my live stream for an interview and an overview of the Vertcoin vision, which is going to be huge. But we can see, look at that growth. That is just incredible growth in a very short period of time. It's retraced a little bit. Looks like it's starting to go up already. I think it's going to continue to go up, honestly, because especially since it's getting introduced to one of the biggest buying powers that we're seeing in Korea at the current moment. But just have to watch it closely. There is a sell wall at the current moment, but I'm all about that Litecoin right now. I mean, Litecoin breaking barriers. It's getting kind of rowdy. Hopefully, like I said, you guys bought in at that bottom. It was not going to break that trend line. So if you guys bought at that bottom, congratulations to you guys for following that trend line and just having the confidence that it was not going to break it, which it didn't. I know that we talked about Lisk in one of my previous videos. I sold most of my Lisk at the top since we saw, the first dump off. And then it already kind of crapped the bed. Right here, you can see that it crapped the bed quite heftily. But the notion is that you couldn't withdraw or deposit Lisk from your wallet onto Bittrex, and I think Kraken as well, which kept people from selling their Lisk, so it bought up pretty fast. But still understand that Lisk's rebranding is right around the corner. It's next month, which I think is going to be pretty big, and I think that it's kind of going to consolidate around the level that it's currently at. So I'm not very fearful at the current moment, but if you guys did buy in at the dip, when I told you guys on that last live stream, I told you if it goes back down to like $2.50 to buy that dip, and then hopefully you guys were able to ride it all the way to the top, which I think it topped out at like oh my gosh, topped out at 112 Satoshis, which is incredible. And then it started to retrace and we saw a large dump off, but it looks like it's consolidating at the current moment. So hopefully you guys profited on that. Always have your stop loss orders ready just in case there's a dump like this. But at the same time, I mean, a lot of my stop loss orders had been triggered and then the price goes right back up. So it's getting a little testy with the stop loss orders, but I'm currently, I'm hodling my original Lisk from the very beginning, and I sold off at the top, and then we saw the retracement, and I'll probably be buying in at the bottom. I'll have to watch it closely to determine whether or not I am going to get into a position, but man, Litecoin's looking crazy. And if we look at Vertcoin right now, I told you guys about Lisk, I told you guys about Vertcoin, we did talk about Monero briefly in my live streams, and we also talked about Litecoin. We've been talking about Litecoin since day one. But if you guys got into Vertcoin, let's go ahead and look at Vertcoin. I bought my Vertcoin, and this is my first Vertcoin that I've ever bought. I've never bought Vertcoin before, but this is the first Vertcoin I bought, and I bought it, where did I buy it? I bought it around during this little hump. That's when I bought my Vertcoin. I bought it at 40 cents. It's currently at 54 cents. It's in a total uptrend for the BTC to VTC, as a VTC pair. So you guys are already pretty, profitable from that. I'm already, I guess, 14 cents profitable at the current moment from my Vertcoin, but I told you guys when I got into that position, that was a long-term hodl. I'm planning on holding that Vertcoin for a very long time. I think that there's going to be great things to come for the Vertcoin platform, and their vision is immense. So that's why I'm glad to be having the creator of Vertcoin, which I believe is an MIT student, which MIT is where Charlie Lee graduated from college. He's going to be tuning into my live stream. I'm almost 110% positive this Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So I would go ahead and say that's the firm date. So make sure to tune in for that live stream. He's basically going to be talking about the vision of Vertcoin, and I have a few questions that I'm going to be asking him as well. It'll be like a Skype call. And I'll be taking questions. Hopefully we might be able to take questions at the end of the interview conference so that people can, ask questions in the chat box, and then he can answer them possibly. So definitely Vertcoin, I told you guys, I got in at 40 cents. I don't really know exactly the Bitcoin to Vertcoin ratio that I got in, but I got into 40 cents and it's at 54 cents. And I should already know what my buy-in was, but I don't at the current moment because I'm not looking at my orders, my past orders. But yep, that's the thing with Vertcoin. And someone said in the chat box right when I got started on this live stream that all my top picks have exploded, and they have. Monero is a top pick of mine. Vertcoin is a top pick of mine now. Lisk is a top pick of mine, and Litecoin, Mr. Litecoin is number one. Satoshi Light. And back to the Charlie Lee interview. Hopefully I'll be having Charlie Lee on my live stream very soon. I did talk to him on Twitter briefly, and he wants to do it this week. I don't have a date and time this week that we would possibly do the live stream, but I'm hoping that it is this week. If it's not this week and he becomes busy or whatnot and we don't land an actual date and time, then it will be the week after. But hopefully we'll be able to do it this week, maybe Friday or something like that. I'm still waiting for him to get back to me, but we are communicating and whatnot on landing a date and time. You have to understand that Mr. Satoshi Light, he is extremely busy, and I have to respect his time, which is and obvious. But awesome stuff with Vertcoin. I'm so happy. I mean, I'm already like relatively profitable with Vertcoin. I think big things are to come. I think Vertcoin is going to be moving in somewhat the same direction as Litecoin. But that's awesome stuff. I'm going to get over to Litecoin in just a second. Again, I know that I'm jumping all over the place. I'm just super excited because Litecoin's breaking out. Vertcoin is doing amazing. We saw a breakout with Lisk, and it looks like it's consolidating at the current moment. So, hopefully if you guys have tuned into my prior live streams, you guys have maybe invested into the top picks of mine and are profitable at the current moment. So we can see that Litecoin has gone up 4.6%. The Litecoin to Bitcoin ratio. Bitcoin, we're going to get to Bitcoin. Looks like it's consolidating, but we're going to get to that. And we're going to get the Pcash too. But I have like a bunch of tabs open. I don't know if you guys can see that. No, you guys can't see that because it's only the window. But I have a bunch of tabs open. So I'm going to see what exactly I'm looking at. You can see Business Insider. I know that I tell you guys not to look at mainstream media for your cryptocurrency news, which I don't really look at mainstream media at all for cryptocurrency news, but we can see Business Insider is saying that Bitcoin Cash is crashing, which it is. It topped out at $1,000 and has dumped off quite heavily. And I already talked about in a previous live stream about how the miners, the miners really determine a lot of things, not at the full extent, but we can see that miners do control, I guess, the interests. But we have SegWit 2x coming up, which is going to be a big deal. We could see, I don't really think that we're going to see, from this consolidation with Bitcoin, I don't know if we're going to be seeing any type of correction anytime soon, because consolidation is power, in my opinion, at the current moment for Bitcoin. But it could go down a little more. It's currently at $4,000. Hold on 1 second, we can get over to it. $47.66 for Litecoin. Looks like it's growing pretty fast. I love Litecoin. But yeah, it looks like, Bitcoin has kind of been like $4,100 to $4,000. It's kind of been consolidating. Not really any hefty dip-offs, but I'm watching it closely whether or not I'm going to get into a position with Bitcoin for the next run-up. I'm probably going to hold off until the whole SegWit 2x shenanigans simmers down a little bit, but what I'm seeing is some consolidation, in my opinion, looking at the charts and whatnot. So, the buying pressure is just so supported, and there's a lot of support at $4,000. So, it could just be sticking around that number, that range for a little while before we take off and the rocket launches off to a new moon. But good stuff with Bitcoin. I mean, Litecoin is breaking out right now. And hopefully by the end of this live stream, it's like at $48. We'll see. But I'm just hoping that you guys got in at that bottom. Looking at the trend line is supported for months. Since segregated witness, I mean, we can look all the way back till April. It has never been broken. It's been tested. It was tested when I made that video, and people were doubtful. But if the smart people got in and bought at the bottom, look at where you are right now, breaking out of this descension line right here, breaking out. Hopefully, we continue to break out of that line, which would be awesome. But I'm gonna get over to the other tabs. We're gonna get the Bcash or Bitcoin Cash in just a minute. But you can see Business Insider. And you guys know my hate with mainstream media trying to get into the crypto space and tell you this, tell you that, and nothing that they say seems to be accurate most of the time. But this might be accurate. Go Business Insider. All right. So let's go ahead and look at. This is another thing, small news, but big news at the same time. Major Japanese ticket exchange marketplace is now accepting Bitcoin. Which is cool to see. We're just going to continuously see adoption after adoption after adoption continue in the next, months and years with the cryptocurrencies. And I don't think Bitcoin is going to go anywhere. I've been saying that all along, especially if you tune into that one live stream of mine where I was telling you about Bitcoin Cash, like to just not FOMO out with Bitcoin Cash, because if you didn't FOMO out, you're in good hands. But you can see that it's crashing down. But further adoption is happening with Bitcoin, with Litecoin, with Ethereum, which is awesome stuff. And the adoption is not stopping, and it's like an unchained bulldog. So this is awesome to see with Japanese. Japanese is a big headquarters for the trading of cryptocurrency. So that's awesome stuff. And we're gonna get over to this as well. There's another. No, I want to talk about this. So Bitmain has had a security breach. I got an email from them. They emailed a lot of people that have accounts with Bitmain. I currently just bought a Antminer with Bitmain. I'm hopeful that that's not going to affect me getting the Antminer. I got the Antminer D3, but hopefully nothing bad happens because they had a security breach. They got hacked, And yeah, so if you have an account with Bitmain, or I believe a mining contract with them, I would change my password just to be safe, because one of their servers was hacked. So that's just something I want to touch on. Hopefully, I'm still going to get my Antminer D3 that I ordered on there from the last release, but that's just some quick news. It's very new news. Yeah, just very news, August 21st. So most people don't even know about this security breach, but now you guys know. If you have an account, make sure to change your password, and just let's be hopeful that Bitmain is in good hands and nothing too scary is going to happen in result to this. But yeah, so let's head over to another tab. Bitcoin not going away. Forks are FUD projects. Yes, this is interesting stuff. And I've kind of been saying this repetitively to my followers since the very beginning. I really do think that these forks are just FUD projects, basically to make a quick buck. It's really coming down to the notion that I'm thinking is that these forks are people trying to make a quick buck, but I really don't think Bitcoin is going to be going anywhere. Bitcoin is going to stay as the gold standard. We're going to see that result sooner and sooner as we get to B2X, or SegWit 2X. So hopefully we see some good things, but I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere. And that's the best way to put it. The forks are FUD projects, making a quick buck. And then, it's causing confusion. We went over that, with the confusion with Bitcoin and the forks, and then getting the addresses confused and stuff like that. It's really kind of harmful for Bitcoin as in its entirety, having all of this confusion. Confusion causes doubt. So hopefully the consequences of these forks with Bitcoin doesn't completely sway and change the image of what Bitcoin is and the reputation it has. Because the more confusion with Bitcoin just really kind of puts Litecoin in the spotlight. Not saying that Litecoin is going to replace Bitcoin, but there could be consequences with this chaos with the Bitcoin chain happening. I think that it's gonna have a consequence. We'll see how big the consequence is, but Bitcoin's looking pretty sharp right now, and it looks like it's consolidating. So I'm watching it closely. But there's other things that we want to talk about as well. Yeah, we already talked about Monero, the exchange with Korea. And then there's another thing I want to talk about with Charlie Lee. Mr. Lee makes a good point. Miners will dump BCH for Bitcoin because they just care about the extra Bitcoin profit. BCH will be unusable as a currency, definitely not cash. I mean, Charlie Lee finally back in the game, talking good things about Litecoin, and also just basically saying the honest factual truth, and just kind of telling people what's up. I mean, this is the truth. And I've been following Charlie Lee very accurately, and I'm sure you guys know that from my past live streams. So I really, honestly, I listen to a lot of things Charlie Lee says, and if he says something, although I do take a small amount of it into like a grain of salt, but I really do listen to what he says, because he knows what he's talking about. He knows what's coming. He kind of has some background knowledge of what really is going on and what the result is going to pan out to be. But this is Charlie Lee just smacking people in the face once again, and I should probably retweet that right now. I'm gonna retweet that. But yeah, definitely get on my Twitter account. It's @CryptoHedge_. But yeah, I've been following Charlie Lee very closely, and people are starting to think that Lightning Network is gonna come about at a sooner rate than projected. People think it's gonna be years before Lightning Network comes about. It could be a lot sooner. I can't tell you when that's gonna happen, but it would make it easier and make sense if Lightning Network came out when segregated witness establishes. So I don't know. I really couldn't tell you when these releases are going to happen and announcements happen with Litecoin. But all I know is that there's huge things to come, big announcements to come. And I think that honestly, the first things we're going to see for Litecoin is going to be Mast. I think Mast is going to be the first milestone announcement. And then, of course, we have atomic swaps and Lightning. And I think that they're coming a lot sooner than most think. I'm not making sense, but I think that they're going to be approaching a lot sooner than people anticipate. So that's good stuff to look out for. I don't even know I have a bunch of tabs. Oh, here's an article about Litecoin on a stable climb against the US dollar. We all know that Litecoin, people like to look at it as the rock, the lack of volatility, but it's sustained growth that we see with Litecoin. It's following that trend line, big things to come. And I've been telling you guys all along, I really do think, and I did retweet something, I think that Litecoin is the safest long-term investment in the cryptocurrency space out of any coin. And I did retweet something right here. Cointelegraph, an analyst predicts Litecoin as one of the best investment options among cryptocurrencies. Have I not been saying that all along? Right there, I pinned the tweet to the top of my Twitter because I was like, come on now, that's what I've been saying. Is this guy watching my YouTube channel? Yeah, right here, analysts, oh, this is another thing. Analysts, Bitcoin cash sell-off will lead to investors to Litecoin. Let's see if that happens. I mean, we can see Bcash has already had a major sell-off, and we're seeing Litecoin start to grow. Litecoin has just been, sustainable and showing strength. But I mean, let's look at Mr. Bitcoin Cash over here. We can see that it's dumped off quite a bit, topped out at $1,000. But let's check it out. Let's check it out. Yeah, this is just, golly, this is crazy. Yeah, so topped out at around $1,000 USD to Bcash pair. This is the BCC to BTC pair. But look at it's already dumped off quite considerably, almost half its new growth. But, I just think that it's a risky investment in my personal opinion. I won't be getting into Bcash anytime soon. You guys know where I stand with Bcash or Bitcoin Cash. So things to come. But I think that we're going to see further sell-offs of Bcash, and probably will be thrown into Litecoin, to be quite honest. That does make sense. That I think it's obvious from my perspective that the Bcash sell-off is going to go into Litecoin and Bitcoin. The Bcash profits are going to go into Bitcoin, and the Bcash profits will probably go into Litecoin as well. But I still think that Charlie Lee has yet to sell off his Bcash. I'm not sure if he just did, because I did tell you guys that Charlie Lee, when we see a major sell-off with Bcash, Litecoin is going to explode. So from this huge, buying pressure leading up to $1,000, a lot of this sell-off might be an accumulation of Charlie Lee selling off his Bitcoin Cash. I know that he has a ton of it. I mean, I don't know how much Bitcoin Charlie has, but I know that he has a crap load of Bitcoin. Obviously a lot more than Litecoin. But I think that maybe we could be seeing the sell-off that I was talking about in prior live streams, that Charlie Lee maybe had been waiting to sell off his Bcash, and now, that's like the perfect time to sell it when it hit $1,000, and we've seen it drop off quite significantly, and now all of a sudden Litecoin is going up. So I'm watching that closely. I did make that speculation about Charlie Lee selling off his Bcash, waiting for the right moment. Then we see a large dip with Bcash, and then Litecoin goes up. So, there's already a good point that the Bcash sell-off will lead to investors into Litecoin. I think that Charlie Lee probably sold a lot of his Bcash off when it hit that high point. Is continuing to sell it off in increments and then putting it into Litecoin. So let's watch Litecoin closely. Litecoin is definitely an exciting bugger because it's definitely slammed through. That's pretty cool stuff. But we get to just watch it closely. I think that we're going to see definitely a packed punch with Litecoin fairly soon. And this is just the very start, but we will watch that closely. I just came across these articles today. I haven't had a lot of time to look at these articles, but right here, if BCH pump fails, money could roll into Litecoin, it being a real Bitcoin hedge, which it is. I just invested some BCH profits into Litecoin with real Bitcoin hedge. That's what Litecoin, most likely people look at it as the hedge against Bitcoin, especially from this last crazy dip that we had when Bitcoin went down to $1,700. A lot of people put their Bitcoin into Litecoin as a hedge because Litecoin is known to be just extremely stable. But yeah, so if BCH pump fails, people are going to put that money into Litecoin, which I wouldn't doubt. Right here, that Litecoin has SegWit, and it will likely merge other cutting-edge tech ahead of Bitcoin, which is what Litecoin is doing. Litecoin is already ahead with technology and development than Bitcoin. Bitcoin isn't, and we all know that Bitcoin is basically in the position it's in today because it's the first cryptocurrency, which is why it's the gold standard. People love it. People just can't let go. It's really an emotional attachment altogether in the cryptocurrency community to Bitcoin. If there was no emotional attachment to Bitcoin, then Bitcoin wouldn't be where it is right now because it really lacks the technological necessities that a lot of coins need to have. And I think that SegWit 2x is going to be a huge deal for Bitcoin, and I think it's going to just further the expansion, adoption, and growth for Bitcoin, and then Litecoin is really going to get into the spotlight. And I told you guys that Litecoin is going to make that position to being the real silver to Bitcoin's gold, and I think that's going to happen fairly soon, probably by the end of this year. It's going to grow substantially, even though it's grown a lot since segregated witness was implemented to it. But even like Charlie Lee said, that when SegWit was introduced to Litecoin, it has grown like 10x or whatever, and Bitcoin has yet to do so. So Bitcoin has a lot of growth to come. Litecoin has tons of growth to come, a lot more development, a lot more things to come. Has a face to the coin, the developer Charlie Lee, who has his full attention on the development of Litecoin. So this is awesome stuff to see. Looks like Litecoin is getting a lot more attention. I think the attention is only going to grow with Litecoin. And I've been a lover of Litecoin since day one, since my very first live stream. I'm sure a lot of people that have followed my YouTube channels, I told you guys that there's been hate on my channel and my videos, but then I end up being correct, and then they come back to my channel and then start following my channel again. But also people that have been watching since day one, they see what I'm saying is panning out to be correct. And I'm going to continue to basically speculate and have some skepticism on certain moves and turns within the cryptocurrency community for the future. But I've never thought highly of Bcash at all, and I think that Litecoin just has huge potential, just like Bitcoin does. They're not going anywhere. But yeah, so I don't know if there's anything else. Oh yeah, so LuckyGames.io. LuckyGames.io is a gambling platform, and they just introduced Litecoin to their website. So this is continuous news. This isn't big news. Nothing like wow, crazy. If anything big with Litecoin would be like Mast is going to get released soon, or Mast just got released. That's big news. But this is small news, and we see continuous small news like this. I mean, Overstock.com accepting cryptocurrencies was huge news. It really was big news, more so to the adoption factor. But we're continuously seeing adoption. Whether it be large or small, it's consistent, which is what I'm currently looking at, which gives me more faith, not only for cryptocurrencies entirely, for the future existence of it, but also for specific coins, namely Litecoin, like I talk about it all the time. But incremental, substantial adoption for cryptocurrencies, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Litecoin, I think that's a huge thing, and it says a lot. It speaks volume. So this is just small news that they have accepted Litecoin, and we can see that they accept a lot of other coins as well. But just furthering the adoption, which is incredible. And then there's a few other things that I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at NEO. I know people have been asking me if it's a good time to buy into NEO. Buy low, sell high, like everyone knows. I think that NEO, I think it's starting to gain ground, but I still don't have my, I don't necessarily have my buy-in orders ready for NEO. I don't. You guys do know that I have my ant shares that I've had since $5 and $6. I've talked about it from my very first YouTube video. And it is a top pick of mine, but I think that I would just watch it closely and see if it starts to consolidate, and then if it starts moving into another uptrend. It looks like it's starting to move into another uptrend, but I'm just watching it closely. This is a very good price. It's definitely at a low from this all-time high, which was around, I believe, $55. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, 55. It was like $55, $56. I sold off at $55 when I bought at $30 and $35. You guys know that I made that YouTube video when it was at $35, and hopefully maybe some of you guys got in and bought in during the hype train and sold off at around the top. But I don't have any new positions with NEO. Hopefully we can look at the charts in just a minute, which I'm going to look at the charts. I know that I'm just kind of talking about other things, but I don't have any new positions. I have my original NEO. I'm waiting for maybe further consolidation and support for me to pull the trigger and get into another position for the next run for NEO. But I think that Litecoin is definitely, Litecoin's about to approach $48 at this exact moment. Let's go ahead and look at Litecoin. I think Litecoin is going to take a run. It's breaking out, and hopefully it's a nice run. Let's watch it. Hopefully you guys got in. Like I said at the bottom, wasn't going to break that MACD line, the original trend line from when SegWit was introduced. But hopefully you guys get to ride this wave. If you did buy in at $43, $44, if you're gonna buy in now, definitely have your stop loss orders ready, just in case it does take a turn and goes back down to the MACD trend line. Just in case, always have stop loss orders ready. I'm sure that I made that video about Lisk. We can look at Lisk in a minute. I know I made that video about Lisk, about how it was going to explode. Now I told you guys when I made that video in the live stream to wait for it to dip down to like $2.50. And then what do you know? After it dipped down to $2.50, it exploded up to like $4 or whatever. It exploded. So hopefully you guys get to ride that train. But always have your stop loss orders ready. Always watch the volume. Sometimes you can look at the order books if it's live. But hopefully you guys did have your stop loss orders ready, because we could see that it was, a relatively big dump. But I do think in the long term, we have rebranding right around the corner. I think it's going to be kind of like NEO's rebranding, but maybe not as substantial as NEO's rebranding. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of things to come for Lisk, and I think the rebranding is going to cause for a pump. But I think that it's probably going to consolidate around this level. I know we saw this dump off, which is unfortunate. It is a thick, short dump off right here, which is why we're seeing the consolidation, because I think that it's still going to gain interest in the relatively soon future. I believe September is when we're going to be having the rebranding for Lisk, so it's something to watch out for, and hopefully you guys were able to grab some profits and maybe even put it into Litecoin, or hold off and just keep it into Bitcoin. But always buy low, sell high. We all know that, and always trade smart. Don't just hodl at a price that could potentially be broken, and not have your stop loss orders ready. So I bought my Lisk. I bought Lisk at, I think it was like $2.50 or whatever when I talked about it in previous live streams. Then it went up. I did sell it, and then it went back down, and retraced, and now it looks like it's consolidating. So it's always good to just get that quick profit. If I'm going to do a swing trade, this is what it looks like. And I tell you guys that I don't swing trade often. I really don't. I'm not someone. I have a full-time job, and you guys know that, as being a real estate developer in Miami. But what was I going to say? Yeah, it's always good. If I do swing, I'm not always going to be available to tell you guys, oh my gosh, this is when you sell. This is your target. This is that. It's always good to just really, learn the basics of chart reading, volume, and looking at the order book and whatnot, see what might to come. But this was pretty. I think this kind of like surprised people a lot when this happened, this sell-off. This was relatively extremely quick, thick candlestick. In 30 minutes, it sold off quite heftily. So people probably didn't see that coming. But I think consolidation coming, good things, buy low and then sell high if you're going to swing it. But I think that it's right back down to borderline. I think it's right back down to where, maybe you can wait till it goes down to 65,000 Satoshis and buy at that dip, and then you'll probably be quite profitable in the future. I think there's big things to come. So, and if you bought in at like this price, or if you bought in at the top and you're like freaking out and hodling, I would just hodl that bag, because Lisk is going to go back up eventually, probably very soon. But I just wouldn't sell at a loss. I've only sold at a loss probably once in my entire involvement in cryptocurrency. I've just only sold at a loss once, and it was pretty negligent that I did so. It's never good to sell at a loss, especially if there's things to come, and making your best judgment that it's going to go back up. Selling at a loss is just a losing move. But yeah, let's get over to a few other things. I'm going to check the chat box, and then we're going to look at the charts. Look at that. Look at the buying with Litecoin. This is awesome, guys. This is awesome. Hopefully we can go through $48. Man, oh man, it's getting crazy. I'm getting excited. I hope you guys did buy in at that bottom. Oh man. Breakout. This is the start of a breakout, it looks like. I need to delete that. I don't know why that's there. Man, oh man, it's getting rowdy. Hopefully you guys were tuning in to see that. Like I was telling you, buy at the bottom. That was the bottom, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Right when I said, I was like, if I was gonna buy it anytime, buy now. Buy at that bottom, because it wasn't gonna break that trend line. I just freaking positive it was not gonna break that trend line. Oh my gosh, it's at $48.10. It's growing pretty substantially. $48.10 just jumped through that hoop. Watch it closely. Hopefully we break that resistance at $52. That would be awesome to see. I'm making this live stream. We're seeing a breakout with Litecoin. What's better than that? But yeah, we have our resistance level set. I should just bring this line down. I don't know why it's all the way up there, but we have our resistance at $52. And if we slam through that resistance, which is very likely the case, it could be a slamming through. We just have to watch. The volume's growing. Look at that. Let's watch it closely. It's getting exciting. But hopefully we break through $52. We break through $52. It's going to be a matter of time that we break through the all-time high, honestly, because it's so close in proximity that I think that if we break through $52, we could be looking at a nice a mighty fine new all-time high. And I did tell you guys that $65, $67 was my personal forecast for the month of August. I know we do know that August is approaching its end. It's August 21st. But we can already see a breakout is starting to happen. We could have waited till over here to see that breakout, but it looks like it's just a little too antsy. It's at $48.20, growing pretty substantially just in the past few minutes. Went up 20 cents. Let's watch it. I'm gonna stay in the live stream, but hopefully if we break through 52, we slam through that resistance at $55. And then we're off to a new all-time high. We'll see how high that new all-time high is, but yeah, I'm getting excited. I'm sure you guys are too, being that you guys are Litecoin hodlers. Substantial growth, sustained growth. The strength within Litecoin. I know that I'm probably not making sense. I'm repeating myself, but you guys know all along I've been saying that Litecoin is the safest cryptocurrency investment, which it is. And if you're here and able, look, it went up 10 cents already. Oh man, this is getting really exciting. But if you were here from the very beginning, hodling Litecoin and getting very impatient, getting uncomfortable, not making your best judgments, getting emotions tangled into the whole scene, I hope you didn't sell your Litecoin for Bcash. And if you did, I hope you sold it at the top. But it's all about being patient and looking at the fundamentals, looking at the things to come, knowing that it's following this MACD trend line for so long, still following that MACD trend line even during one of the biggest dump-offs of cryptocurrencies in its entirety. I know we saw Bitcoin go down to $1,700, and what did Litecoin do? Litecoin stayed strong during that entire period. Now that just speaks a lot of volume. So I mean, that's really, I've been saying that since day one, and I'm not bullcrapping you. The fact that it's been following this MACD trend line through some of the most chaotic events, that speaks volume. So like buying at the bottom right here would have been just amazing. I mean, if you bought in at $42, $43, $44, look at you, you're already profitable, which is freaking awesome. But just watch it closely. I mean, it's growing pretty fast. Hopefully by the end of this live stream, it's past $48. Maybe we'll be at $50. But I mean, that's a thick candlestick, and hopefully, I mean, look, we are breaking out right now at the current moment. So awesome to be doing a live stream breaking out. $48.44. Just what, 5 minutes ago it was at $48. Let's see this. Let's watch this closely. But Litecoin, man, I will always be a fellow of Litecoin. I think it's extremely undervalued, and we're seeing that at the current moment. So I'm gonna check out the chat box real quick, and then we're gonna look at the charts for like NEO and some of the other cryptos. I hope that you guys are doing well. We have 260 people watching right now. Make sure to smash that like button. Smash that like button. It's getting exciting, ladies and gentlemen. And also interact in the chat box. I'd love to see what you guys are thinking, your questions and whatnot. And also definitely go follow my Twitter account. It's at @CryptoHedge_. I've just seen insane amounts of followers on my Twitter account, which is really cool. I made my account 2 weeks ago. I have over, I don't even know how many followers I have. I think I have 700 followers now. Let's see. I don't even know. But if you guys haven't already, definitely follow my Twitter account and smash that like button. Oh yeah, I have 703 followers now. Thank you guys for following my Twitter account. Also, get on my Slack. It's hedge-slack.slack.com. I will put it in the description after this live stream posts. But yeah, we only have 22 people. I haven't really been advocating this Slack channel because I haven't really marketed that well. I haven't even put it in my live stream, but just it's a very new Slack. We have 22 people on it, and I'd be happy to have anyone that follows the Crypto Hedge to tune into the Slack. And as we gain more people and whatnot, there will be obviously more conversations. But man, oh man, $48.50. This is cool stuff. Cool stuff. How much was the ant miner? Are you looking to mine LTC? I am looking to mine LTC. My ant miner was, I think, $1,500. I think it was like 30 something Litecoin. I paid with Litecoin, and then I bought more Litecoin just because I was like, oh my gosh, 30 Litecoin is like nothing, but I just don't want to lose 30 Litecoin from this next run up that we're seeing right now. But yeah, I think I paid around that much. I think it was $1,500. Hopefully I actually get the ant miner because they had a breach of security on one of their servers, which is kind of worrying me. But link for the Slack. I'll actually go ahead and copy the link for the Slack so that you guys can go ahead and follow it. I'll do that right now. and I'll put it in the description. But alrighty, I'll put it in the chat box so you guys can go follow the Slack, and then we're gonna get to the charts. Thank you guys for tuning in. Smash that like button. We have 250 people watching. Awesome stuff. Thank you for tuning into my live streams. Definitely don't miss out. Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, we're gonna have the creator of Vertcoin doing an interview, basically like a conference, to give the some insight on the vision of Vertcoin and where the creator, I think it's James Joylove, where he wants his coin to be in the future. So I think that Vertcoin has a big future. I've said it already. If you invested when I told you guys that I invested at the bottom, you guys are already profitable over 10 cents. And big things to come. It's at 53 cents right now, 54 cents. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna look at the chat box real quick. I'm gonna go get a bottle of water as well. I know that I take like water breaks, but you know, talking this fast, my mouth gets dry. But I'm gonna go get a bottle of water real quick. I'm gonna check out the chat box, and then we're gonna go ahead and look at the charts, so we can do a little bit of technical analysis. Not too deep, but I'm gonna tell you my thoughts about some of the coins and some thoughts about Bitcoin Cash as well. But I'll be right back, guys. Hopefully by the time I get back, Litecoin will be at $49. So sit tight and stay tuned.
From the inside, I find myself in you.
What is up, guys? I am back. Mr. Crypto Hedge is back. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have 197 people watching right now. Make sure to smash that like button. Looks like it might dump. David Avalos, I'd like to know which coin you think is going to dump. If you guys don't know already, my favorite exchanges are Bittrex and Coinbase, GDAX. So those are my two favorite exchanges. Somebody's calling me. I don't know who this is. What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? We can see. Let's go check out Litecoin real quick, and then we're gonna look at the charts for all the coins that we talked about today. $48.27. Let's see how high it goes. That text message. So is it? I have a client calling me at 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's a bit late. A bit late. Let's go ahead and look at. We can see that Lisk is dumping off a little bit. Let's see how low that goes. $48.27. Crazy. 8.8%. Let's see what the price of Bitcoin is at. Bitcoin's at $4,010. Looks like consolidation today. People are saying that on which exchange is it at $50? Some people are saying it's at $50 on an exchange. Which exchange are you talking about? LTC, the sell orders are coming. Could you tell me what that track was, or where do I get my tunes from? I listen to a really diverse amount of music. I used to be, I guess, like when I was in high school, when I was young, I used to be a DJ. Also a music producer for electronic music, but I listen to all sorts of music, and you guys have seen that from my channel. But the name of the song was Overwatch by GLXY, I believe. It's called Overwatch. Let's see real quick. Bittrex is currently, let's go check out Bittrex. I'm gonna get to the charts in a second, but it's getting exciting because we're seeing some of the momentum with Litecoin, and I'm sure a lot of the followers that I have tuning in, like, oh my gosh, is this the time? Is this the time? Thank you guys for coming into my Slack channel. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in there one more time as well. Wow, look at that candlestick. Holy Toledo. Holy moly. And this is the BTC to LTC. It's at $49.52. Holy crap. And we can go over and look at it. Holy crap. I don't even want to leave this, but let me go ahead and pull up. Let me see. I'm going to go ahead there, bullish cipher. So we did talk about the bullish cipher a lot of times in my live streams, and it breached through that bullish cipher when Bitcoin ran up heavily. But look at the support. I did talk about the support for the BTC LTC ratio in one of my live streams after the bullish cipher. And look at the support. That's incredible. So it found support right here, and the bullish cipher was breached, and it found support, and now it's going right back up. And the first line of resistance would be around 0.01249. Hopefully we can break through that. I don't think that we're gonna have a problem doing that. But Litecoin is starting to rise up. Bitcoin is consolidating. This is some beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. But you guys can see that this is the BTC LTC ratio, looking mighty fine. Thick candlesticks going up. Found support. This is awesome. Hopefully you guys, people didn't become impatient and sold off their Litecoin now that it is taking what I like to look at it as a run. And people are saying that the selling is coming. I think it's way too soon to say that the selling is coming. Way too soon. I'm not even worried about that just yet. I think that it's still gonna grow. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put the Slack website or link into the invite to my Slack channel. And my Slack channel, it's open to everyone. Like, no discrimination. If we see hate on the Slack, obviously I'm gonna remove them. But it's open to everyone. I want all my followers, all 2,300 of my subscribers, to go ahead and join me on my Slack. Someone's saying to go buy Ripple. Someone has bought the top, so I guess there's no selling pressure for Ripple. You can go and look at. We'll pull up Ripple XRP. Man, look at that. It's crazy. It's Monday. Monday's surge day, and then weekends are sellouts, right? Let's go ahead and look at. Let's go on Bittrex. Looks like it does look like the XRP BTC pair volume looks like it's increasing. That looks like, I guess that was the Ripple bottom. I don't have actually any Ripple. I don't have any Ripple. Actually, well, I do have a very small amount from a while back that I'm actually negative in right now that I bought higher up. But I'm just kind of, I guess I'm a bag holder for them, but I have very little bit of Ripple. I haven't bought any Ripple, but yeah, it does look like it's starting to head up and found support. It was consolidating, as you can see, but I don't have any Ripple. I'm not against it, but it's not on my top picks currently. But everyone has their own top picks. My top picks are based off of facts, fundamentals, roadmap, the developers, the technology and stuff like that. But I think that a lot of people in the continuing notion with Ripple is that it's involved with the banks. It's like the banker's cryptocurrency coin, which is one of the reasons why I'm not too big of a fan of Ripple, and I think a lot of the cryptocurrency community is not a fan of it because of that. Thank you guys for joining my Slack. But yeah, that's been the continuous notion of Ripple and why people don't. It's because it's so centralized. And I think the Ripple developers hold a large amount of Ripple so they can manipulate the price whenever they want to. And the banks are the biggest focus for the Ripple coin. But maybe I'll get into it later on. I'm not sure, but I couldn't tell you as of right now. Look at Zcash. It has a nice position. I don't have any Zcash. I actually don't know anything about really Zcash. I don't have any of it. But we can see that it has gone up. There was selling pressure. We can see, look at the candlestick for Litecoin. We'll see. Selling pressure. I think that it's just getting started, to be quite honest, for Litecoin. I think it's just getting started. That's the BTC LTC pair. But I don't have any Zcash. I don't have any Ripple. None on my top picks. You guys do know my top picks. You can go check out NEO. Let's look at Bcash. I want to go to Bcash on the charts too. BCC, BTC, I believe. I don't even know. Yeah, that is Bitcoin Cash. Wow. Okay, so it went up quite significantly, and now it has dumped off quite significantly. Hey, remember when I told you guys that Charlie Lee was going to dump off a lot of his Bcash? And I said when we see a large dump off, I think a lot of that money is going to go straight into Litecoin. That could be what we're seeing right now. Because I think that Charlie Lee was holding off to sell his Bcash for Bitcoin Cash to go up. So, and we saw that it went up significantly, and then there was pretty hefty downturn for Bitcoin Cash. But I don't have any Bitcoin Cash. You guys know what I think about Bitcoin Cash at the current moment. But I hope there's no bag holders that FOMO'd out for Bitcoin Cash blindly. $48.53, $48.63. Starting to pick up momentum. You can see Bitcoin is just consolidating. Ethereum has jumped up. Ethereum has gone up in value, but I think that I don't know. I don't think Ethereum is going to have a lot of growth on these next months, this next big bull run. I just don't think Ethereum is really going to have a lot of growth. I don't have any Ethereum. You guys know what I think about Ethereum. But yeah, we can see right here. Yeah, I mean, we saw like a significant run. Not a significant run, but hold on one second. My computer's crapping out. Ethereum climbs 8%. I think we're going to see Litecoin climb quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think Ethereum is there's a lot of volatility with Ethereum, but I don't have an Ethereum, and it's not one of my top picks at the current moment. We're seeing quite a bit of volatility, but it's kind of breaking support lines as we see these runs. So, people thought that this was the bottom and it was just going to be only up from here, but then it went up, and then it went down to a new support with some consolidation. Then it went up, found a new support, which is at the last support, and it has gone up, but it looks like it's retracing actually pretty heavily with the BTC ETH pair. But I'm really just honestly looking at Litecoin at the current moment. And NEO, I don't think NEO is at the bottom. I think we're going to see consolidation, but be ready for NEO if it does start to show some promising factors. I don't have any new positions like I did before for swinging, but I think that we're going to see, yeah, I think we're going to see some consolidation. It has found support multiple times. Could be closing up into a triple bottom, but I don't have any at the current moment. It's at $35.70, which is definitely a low from $55, but I don't have any new positions. I'm excited about Litecoin. Man, let's see how high Litecoin can go. Any kind of surge with Litecoin, it makes me happy, but it's a long-term hold for me. I'll have Litecoin way out the line, way in the future. Could be slowing down a little bit, but I think it's just getting started, to be quite honest. I think it's just getting started. And this is the BTC LTC pair. The order book was insane, and it's still growing right now. The order book was insane for Litecoin earlier today. Craziness. Yeah, Ethereum is dropping down. I don't have any Ethereum. I'm not the guy. Stair steps. I know I told you guys about the stair steps. Stair steps. Litecoin. Looking quite nice. Has slammed through with ascension. Just couldn't wait, could it? Couldn't wait. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard already, Bitmain has had a hack on one of their servers. What's up, Walt? What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. I see a lot of new faces. It's awesome to see. What is up, everybody? China will be waking up soon. China is waking up. We could be looking at what we saw with, you know, on the 4th of July. The 4th of July, I was like going out with some friends, and I had my Blockfolio, which is an application where you can, you know, watch the prices in your holdings. And it was like 8 o'clock p.m. on July 4th, and Litecoin just started surging. It just started surging at 8 p.m., which is when China wakes up. And the last surge that we saw from one of my very early videos, the last surge that we saw, we saw a lot of the volume coming from China. You know, whenever China woke up, they just bought a crap ton of Litecoin. So this could be the case. I mean, it's only 7 o'clock right now, 7:18 p.m. We could see, you know, when China wakes up and they see Litecoin is building momentum, they could be buying in quite heftily very soon. So that's exciting. You know, China's gonna be waking up. That's something to look out for. I didn't even think of that. So whoever said that in the chat box, awesome, awesome call. Yeah, Blockfolio is awesome. It's an application. I have an iPhone. It's an iOS application to watch your holdings, your profits. Let's see. I'm gonna check out the chat box and we can just kind of chat, and then I'll get back over to some of the charts. Thoughts on XMR? Will it drop back to 50/60s or stay in the current high price? I don't think that I won't be buying in until we see a low for XMR. Let's go. We can go over to XMR. I'm addicted to looking. It's about to go to $49 for Litecoin. Yeah, we can go look at it. There's been an insane increase. I think that increase happened because of the introduction of Monero to Bithumb, which is the second largest Korean exchange. And we know that a lot of the buying power has come from Korea in the past week. A lot of it, the Korean dollar. I'm gonna pull up actually the coin market cap so that we can check that out real quick. I think Litecoin is gonna replace Bitcoin Cash's place. Wow, yeah, Bcash is at $597 collectively on all exchanges. It just hit $1,000. That's like insane how low it went in such a short period of time. I'm gonna put that right there. There we go. You guys can see, I mean, Bcash was almost basically hit $1,000 and retraced in a matter of a day down to $597 collectively on the exchanges. Crazy, but Bitcoin has been consolidating. It's been stable. A lot of support at $4,000, and Litecoin starting to gain ground. Litecoin's above all of these guys once again. You know, NEO took its place, Dash took its place, NEM, IOTA, they all took above Litecoin, and then Litecoin's back at 5th place. We do have Bcash that needs to head down the tube soon, but that'll happen over time. Holy Toledo, it's getting crazy. And then yeah, look, the buying pressure is growing once again for Litecoin, which is awesome. But we can go look at XMR on Bittrex. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is like insane growth in a very short period of time. I don't have any buying positions for Monero. I think I would hold off and wait for sure. Yeah. Whoever asked if I would wait, I would definitely wait to see if it goes down further. But momentum is going to be building for Monero. Remember, with the introduction to the Korean exchange, for like let's go look at Monero real quick. I think a lot of the buying pressures for Bitcoin to Monero. Let's go look. Yes, exactly. So a lot of the buying power for Monero is through Bitcoin. They're buying it with Bitcoin. Look at that, 106 million 24-hour volume on Poloniex. I don't use Poloniex, and then people are also buying it USD. But you see that Korea isn't buying it, but I think that Korea will be buying it once it's introduced. But I would wait until it goes down a little bit. I don't have any, and I mean this is really substantial growth in a short period of time. But maybe buying the dips would be the case. I mean, this is a dip from Monero, seeing a freaking thick candlestick going up. It hit like $80, doubled in price. But this could be the dip, and then it's only up from here. But I'm just not going to take that risk at the current moment. Hopefully, we see it retrace a little more. Honestly, I mean, to be like pretty, a logic explanation, it probably will only go up from here because of the Korean exchange in the introduction. But I'm just gonna wait it out. I'd rather just hodl my Litecoin, to be quite honest. And that's crazy growth. That's like crazy, I think, unsubstantiated growth. I don't know if there's too much support on that, but really it has to do with Korea coming into the markets relatively soon. And I think that's really, it just has to do because of Bithumb introducing Monero, which hopefully it does go up. Monero is one of my top picks. I have Monero that I bought at a long time ago, but I don't have any new positions to get in. And if I knew better, I would have talked about it, and I had the time, I would have made a live stream about getting into it. But let's look at the buying power for Litecoin. I think a lot of it's Bitcoin or Beast. I don't know if there's, it's probably a lot of it's Bitcoin. China's starting to buy Litecoin. Look at that. China is already buying Litecoin. Korea is the third top on Bithumb, which is going to be introducing Monero. So Korea is starting to buy Litecoin. Korea has been buying the crap out of Litecoin, Bitcoin, Bcash, and now, what was the other one? Ethereum too. It's getting crazy. Korea is buying the crap out of cryptos. And Korea is an extremely intelligent country. Their intellectual rating as a country. So smart people there. And I mean, Korea's been buying the crap out of Litecoin. China's already buying a crap ton of Litecoin. They're waking up just now. It's 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time here, so they're just waking up. Yeah, I don't think Litecoin's stopping anytime soon. Hopefully we see the top. It could resist at $52 though, and then start going back down, back to the trend line. We'll just have to watch it closely. Litecoin is the stable coin. It is the stable coin. Looks like actually Monero starting to head back up. We'll see. We'll have to watch it closely. I don't have any new positions with Monero. Holy moly. $48.80. Go to GDAX. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to smash that like button. TCUSD. Oh man, it's getting crazy. $48.74. It has smashed through the descension quite heavily. Holy moly. Speculation. This could be a significant run. When I was showing you guys the stair steps, I did show you guys the stair steps. Following the patterns, following the stair steps, stair step movement. I mean, you can look at the stair steps that I was pointing out. Stair steps, then the dump, and then there's the dump. And then Litecoin has broken out of that ascension. It's getting rowdy. And this was a 91% percentage base increase. We'll see with Litecoin. I think that I don't want to call the ceiling just yet, but you know, we have the $52 resistance, but I think that we could be heading towards a new all-time high. I don't want to say anything too soon, but Litecoin needs its time to shine. Check out the chat box. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go follow my Twitter accounts at @cryptohedge_, and also you can tune into my Slack channel. I'm going to put it into the chat box one more time so that you guys can add yourselves to the chat box. There you go. There's the Slack. Everyone's welcome to the Slack. It's all the BCH money. I think a lot of the BCH money is going into Litecoin at the current moment, which is true. I know that we went over that. An analyst said that, which is what happened. But I think that's what we're seeing right now. Which I think that Litecoin's end result could be past $52. Yeah, right here. The Bitcoin cash sell-off will lead to investors into Litecoin, and it's really a lot of the stuff that I've been saying all along. And it slowly comes into fruition. Obviously, there's stumps in the road in that path. When I said something, and then you start seeing milestones, and then it starts coming into fruition, and then people are like, "Holy crap!" Well, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I've been saying is, you know, starting to come into fruition. So, which is, you know, awesome to see. All-time high. It did reach an all-time high of $996, and then it dropped down. It's at $500 right now, $550. So, you know, we were due for a Litecoin breakout, and we'll see. I think that, you know, I think this Litecoin breakout is actually going to be pretty substantial. I mean, from a lot of things that I've been saying, I think that it's going to break through the resistance, but that's a possibility. It's speculation. I'm not telling you it's going to break through the resistance. Could resist at $52 and head back down, back to the MACD trend line. We'll have to watch it closely. $48.73. Yeah, FOMO hasn't even started kicking in yet. Amazing. This is amazing. Crazy. Buying pressure still building up. Wow, look at that. Holy moly. Buying pressure is still building up. I know someone was saying, "Oh, it's already starting to sell off." I don't think so. I think, you know, of course, when there's growth, there's going to be dips, but I think that it's in a full uptrend breakout right now, and the buying pressure is only going to build. We'll have to watch it closely. I am going to. Do you think this rise in Litecoin will result in a rise in Litecoin, in Vertcoin? I think that there's close proximity, especially with that theory. I think that Litecoin and Vertcoin are going to be following close to the same path, to be quite honest. But I mean, I like Vertcoin. I did talk about it. You know, if you guys got in when I told you that I built a position in Vertcoin, you guys are already profitable, and we can go ahead and look at Vertcoin right now. What's going on here? Oh, we got Mills. Mills is in the Slack. Welcome to the Slack, Mills. Thank you for including yourself into the Slack channel. Vertcoin's up 10%. Yeah, Vertcoin's amazing. I love Vertcoin. Vertcoin consolidating growth. Awesome stuff. Stable. 55 cents. I mean, I'm already 15 cents profitable on my Vertcoin when I bought it. I think it's going to continue to go up. Vertcoin, I think Vertcoin's very promising. I'm glad. Make sure to tune in for the interview that I'm going to have with the creator of Vertcoin soon. Buying pressure is building for Vertcoin, but I think it's going to be more steady growth with the VTC. But Litecoin is definitely gaining spotlight right now. I don't know how many of you guys, if you guys tell me in the chat box if you guys got into Vertcoin when I got into Vertcoin. I want to see if you guys are riding this wave with me with the VTC. Loving the Vert, loving the light. Waiting for Bitcoin to show some, I mean, it's showing some support. So, wow, look at that. This is crazy. Hold on one second. What am I looking at? Oh, this is crazy. I'm going to check out the chat box to see if you guys answered my question. about Vertcoin. If you guys bought into it. I want to know if you guys bought into Vertcoin. Vertcoin was at $3 to $4 a while back. Could easily get back to that. I'm selling my L3 Plus. Don't have anywhere to mine, sadly. I bought about 194 Vertcoin today. Awesome. Hopefully you bought that dip. You're waiting for a good price. I picked up 1,000 Vertcoin on the 14th. That's awesome stacking. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Crazy, crazy. I think about 30 cents. You bought it lower than me. You bought it lower than me. I bought it at 40 cents. Let's see. So we can keep this. I hope Litecoin doesn't go up too hard just so that we can keep this wonderful pattern. I think we're going to still follow the pattern, and especially follow the trend line, regardless if it goes up. But if it goes up, I think that, you know, it would be a good, I don't know, I would just continue to hodl. I probably won't even swing that because it's really, Litecoin is my long-term end game. How high do I think Vertcoin can go? I think that the sky is the limit. What coins other than Litecoin do I think are a strong buy right now? I don't know if I could go over that. I don't have any at the current moment that are strong buys at the moment, but I mean, Litecoin looks like it's breaking out. You maybe can do a quick swing with that, have your stop loss orders ready. But you know, Litecoin is just in the full-fledged uptrend from the MACD original trend line when Segwit was introduced to Litecoin, and Bitcoin has a lot of growth to come too in these next coming months. But I mean, I told you guys about Vertcoin. I got into at the bottom with Vertcoin. I was like, I gotta get into this. I gotta get into this. So hopefully you guys landed some Vertcoin. I would still get some Vertcoin. I mean, I might even increase my holdings if we see a dip. But I'm loving the Vert. I'm loving the Vert. And I'm loving the Litecoin. I mean, you can't go wrong. Even if you bought it at this price and it retraced down. I mean, if you just hodl that stuff, you just hodl Litecoin, in the long haul, you're going to be, you know, well above the original price that you bought it at the current moment. So it's severely undervalued. Crazy, freaking crazy. Hopefully we continue to see this buying pressure while the Bitcoin consolidates. I think it's just getting started. It's just getting started. The interview with the Vertcoin dev is going to be Wednesday. I'm almost 100% positive. If not 100% positive, it's going to be Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll have the Vertcoin developer James Joylove on my channel to talk about the vision for Vertcoin. You got some Vert. That's awesome, John. LTC can be like a Monero and double overnight. I think the Monero surge was due massively in part because of the introduction to Korea's second largest exchange, which is Bitcoin, and it hasn't been introduced just yet. So, will Litecoin hit $80 today? I really, to be quite honest, I don't think so. But I think that we're still going to see some growth with Litecoin. I don't know. I'm looking for a tab, but I can't seem to find it. Man, look at that. That's crazy. Oh, it's an exciting day for these smart investors. Trying to find a tab and I can't find it, but let me see if I can find it. All right, there it is. Got 229 people watching right now. Make sure to smash that like button. I'm going to be answering questions in the chat box now. And also get on my Slack channel. I'm going to post my Slack channel right now so you guys can follow and tune into the Slack. And yeah, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Tune in for future live streams. Don't miss out on the interview with the Vertcoin developer, which is going to be Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time. So make sure to tune in for that. 100K Litecoin would be nice. Maybe you know, a few years down the road. Litecoin has a huge future, guys. Vertcoin is going to have Vertcoin has atomic swaps, which is going to be, you know, I think a big thing in congruency with Litecoin once Litecoin introduces atomic swaps to its platform. So that's why I think Vertcoin is really going to grow with Litecoin when atomic swaps is introduced to Litecoin. So I think there's big things to come. And, you know, I'm going to be learning things about the interview, and I'm sure you guys are as well, with Vertcoin. So hopefully he gives us some better insight about Vertcoin with the interview. I have some questions I'm going to ask, but mostly it's going to be like a conference. He's going to be describing and speaking about his vision for the coin specifically. Where do you buy Litecoin? The easiest way to buy Litecoin would be on Coinbase. Unless you have Bitcoin and you want to buy Litecoin with the Bitcoin, you can buy it on Bittrex, a whole bunch of exchanges. But buying it with the US dollar or the euro, it's very easy to buy it on Coinbase. You do pay a small fee. I don't buy on Coinbase. I just put my money into GDAX via wire transfer, and then it takes a few days, and then I can buy my Litecoin. We gotta get to 100 likes on this live stream. We got 235 people watching right now. GDAX, you can avoid the fees. Very true. Yeah, if you use GDAX, you can avoid the fees, but you also wait. You wait to buy Litecoin or buy whatever coin, or buy Litecoin, Bitcoin, or Ethereum if you put your money into GDAX, because it takes, I think, 7 business days. Most of us do start at Coinbase. If you want to start off on Coinbase, I have a link in the description. You can save $10 off your first purchase on Coinbase. So if you want to use that link in the description on this live stream, go ahead and use it if you're going to be signing up for Coinbase for the first time. It's worth it. Free money, free $10 when you buy your first $100 worth of cryptocurrencies. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, GDAX is good. Atomic Swaps gets me all hot and bothered. Me too. No, I think Atomic Swaps is going to be huge. Lightning Network, man, the sky is the limit. Sky is the limit. Where should you buy Vertcoin? I would buy Bitcoin and then buy Vertcoin. My favorite exchange is Bittrex for altcoins. I don't trade Litecoin or any of the top three, like Bitcoin or Litecoin. I usually only use GDAX for that, but Bittrex is good for altcoins. Silver Stacker, tune into the live stream conference / interview with the developer of Vertcoin this Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. James Joylove is going to be joining me to talk about Vertcoin and give you some insight on the vision that he wants to portray for the coin in the future. So, selling pressure is building up on BTC. I don't have positions with Bitcoin at the current moment, new positions at least, and yeah, I think that is consolidating. We can watch it closely. I would hold off. I'm holding off to get into Bitcoin at the current moment, simply because I want to make sure that it's going to be a strong buy if I do buy in. But someone just said that the selling pressure is building. Yeah, it looks like the selling pressure is starting to build for Bitcoin. So we could see it go down. I mean, we could still see the correction. It could be just a longer period of time. We still could see a minor correction with Bitcoin. I think $3,500 is a hard spot. Like Bitcoin going down to $3,500 would be, I think $3,500 would be a good place to put your buy-in unless we see, further retracement. I mean, Bitcoin grew extremely fast in a short period of time, from $1,700 to $4,000 in like no time at all. Which everyone knows when you see growth like that, it has to retrace. It just has to. But Bitcoin is different. There is selling pressure. So I don't have, I told you guys at the very beginning of this live stream, I don't have any buy positions for Bitcoin, waiting to see if there's a better ability for me to buy it. Lots of dumping on Litecoin going on right now. How much can Litecoin go short term? We have to watch it closely. I think, the resistance for Litecoin is $52. That's the resistance that it needs to climb over, which I very well think that it could potentially go to $52. And if it slams through that resistance, we could be looking at a new all-time high. But $52 is our resistance at the current moment. And I think that, it's not too far of an outstretch to see us go to $52 fairly soon. For a short-term swing, but I'm hoping you guys got into Litecoin when I told you to. Like the best time, I was telling you, I think it was like 2 live streams ago, like the best time to get in was at that bottom when it was, testing the MACD trend line, original trend line, and then it went back up. But that would have been like $44, $43. Man, that is a long-term hodl position. And I'm hoping, it could be a while until we get back to that MACD trend line. So just gotta watch it closely. But I think that there's still growth to come. But always have your stop loss orders, and especially if you're buying in right now, don't play risky games like that. Always be able to get out, ahead of time. Yeah, I wouldn't sell Litecoin now. No. I think we're just now seeing the breakout, to be honest. But our first resistance at $52. I don't think there's going to be an issue getting to $52, and we could potentially see a new all-time high fairly soon. But this is awesome to see the start of a breakout. And you guys know, I did tell you guys, like I said a million times, it would have been best to buy at the bottom where that trend line meets right here. But just if you buy in now, always have stop loss orders ready. But I think that it's in a full-fledged uptrend. You have over 200 LTC. That's cool. Cliff says $13,000 in February for Bitcoin. You like to look at the 1 minute chart on Bittrex? The 1 minute chart? Holy moly. 1 minute chart. I couldn't tell you how few times I look at the 1 minute chart. I don't think I ever look at the 1 minute chart, to be honest. And definitely don't look at the 1 minute chart if you're basing your investments on that. I mean, the lowest I'd go personally is like the 5 minute chart, but that's if I'm swinging, if I'm like day trading. But yeah, I never ever look at the 1 minute chart. I don't remember the last time I looked at a 1 minute chart, but we can look at it right now. Yeah, 1 minute chart's just I don't look at a 1 minute chart. 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute for day traders, to be honest. Yes, Silver Stacker saying Bitmain was hacked this morning. Make sure you reset your passwords if you have an account. I already reset my password. I did make the announcement to people to change their passwords. It's very new news that Bitmain, one of their servers was hacked. Hold Litecoin until the end of the year. Absolutely. I mean, it really is. You can't go wrong with buying Litecoin. How often do I do live streams? I mean, I really don't have a set schedule, but they're always usually evening Eastern time. I don't have the dates. I don't have I'm not up Mondays and Wednesdays. It's Crypto Hedge show. I don't have that, but I try to just tune in and people that subscribe to my channel, they get reminders. So I turn the reminder on so that they know when I go live, then they just tune in. But I don't have any structural schedule. Thoughts on OMI's Go? I don't have any OMG coin. I know that people are talking a lot about it and they think that there's a huge future for it and whatnot. But you guys heard my thoughts on OMG coin prior, how I don't think it's anything special. I just don't think it's anything special at all. So that's really what I think of it. I don't have any positions with it. I'm probably not going to be getting any OMG coin. I mean, it would be probably a good swing or day trade, but just not my thing at the current moment. It's not a top pick, but always, make your own judgments, do your own research. There might be a YouTuber that talks about OMG coin, but just don't get shilled out. I mean, you saw that with Chaincoin. I have no clue. People were talking about PiCoin in my last live stream. I don't see anyone talking about PiCoin anymore. But I don't even know about PiCoin. I don't have any of that. But Chaincoin, a lot of people got screwed over because these YouTubers came up out of nowhere talking about Chaincoin being the next thing. And then a lot of people got screwed over, became bag holders. When is Lightning Network Mast and Atomic Swaps estimated to come out for Litecoin? Relatively soon for Mast, I believe. But Atomic Swaps and Lightning Network, I think, is going to be a little further down the road. I'm not sure. I couldn't tell you. I don't have any inside information from the developers or anything on when these things are going to come about. But all I know is that it has a huge future, huge road ahead, and a lot of things to come. So Trayvon is trying to pump PiCoin. I don't know who that is. To be quite honest, I don't really tune into any cryptocurrency YouTube channels. I know there's a few that I've seen, but I don't really have the time personally to be tuning into other live streams and stuff like that. I just know that I have my Crypto Hedge live stream. Do I have any thoughts on No Limit Coin? Actually, about No Limit Coin, the developer of No Limit Coin like called me out hardcore on my one of my live streams when I talked about No Limit Coin, and I talked about it like at the end of that live stream. So this guy must be following my channel or watching my videos, because I don't know how he knew I talked about No Limit Coin at the end of the video. But No Limit Coin, looking at the NLC2 to BTC pair, it completely pumped and dumped 100%. And you know, I wasn't talking crap about No Limit Coin. I don't have any No Limit Coin. It's not my top pick, but you know, all I know is a developer commented on that live stream, all hot-headed, telling me that he wanted to go live with me on my channel and blah blah blah. But I don't have any of it. I'm not going to advocate it. I'm not going to favor it. I know that it's, I guess, a gambling coin, and gambling for fantasy sports is illegal in the U.S. And this guy made a coin called No Limit Coin that is going to be used for fantasy sports in the U.S. But I don't know. I just see a lot of trivial and error coming with that, trying to, it kind of, I hear a little whisper in my ear, sounds like money laundering to me. So I don't have any of that coin, and I'm not going to talk too deep about it. So that's what I think about No Limit Coin. But the developer definitely was expressing his opinion on my my live stream. And you know what the craziest thing is that I kept getting comments about No Limit Coin on that YouTube video from these random YouTube accounts, and I started to delete them because I'm like, somebody is commenting on my video. I don't know what's going on, but I was getting a ton of comments from these random YouTube accounts. And then I started to delete them because I was like, I don't need a bunch of FUD NLC2 crap on my YouTube video. And every time I deleted one of the comments, a new comment popped up, and I was like, it's either the developer of this coin is shilling and liking his own comments on that live stream, and also creating faulty or fake YouTube accounts and commenting on it. I don't know what was going on, but I just saw that. I was like, what the heck is going on here? But I mean, it was kind of weird. But hey, I mean, I guess desperate people go the extra measure to get their opinion out. But I mean, it was moving forward. I'm not even talking about that anymore. You don't take any advice blindly. Do your research and know what you're investing in. 100%. If I could tell that to anyone, always do your research. Look at the fundamentals. Look at the roadmap. You just look really deep into something before you invest in it. You have to believe in something to invest in it. It's your money, guys. Don't invest something that you have no clue about. Am I in the UK or the USA? I'm in the USA. Yeah, it's sad. It's like, luckily my channel, people that have been following since day one, they see that I'm not a shill. I'm not a BSer, bull crapper, which is why my following base has actually been increasing so crazily in the past. But there's a lot of YouTube channels that are like pump and dumpers, or they're new channels and they say this and that. Do your research, please. Do your research. YouTube is like an unchained beast when it comes to cryptocurrency YouTube channels. So I don't have any Legend coin. I'm not sure about it. It's actually booming right now. Yeah, I try not to talk about too many new coins until I do the research on them to see if they actually have a potential future. But if you're into the whole ICO thing and riding the pumps and then dumping, all power to you. But I try to keep this channel structural when it comes to long-term investments and trading. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and also follow my Twitter account. A lot of you guys have already followed it, but any newcomers, I would love for you guys to follow my Twitter account. Kind of looks like NEO when it was starting to blast off. Yeah, I'll show you guys what my Twitter account is. My Twitter account is @CryptoHedge_. I'm going to be tuning out very soon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in for Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for the interview with the Vertcoin developer, James Joylove, who's going to be joining me to talk about Vertcoin and the Vertcoin vision. But thank you guys for following me on my Twitter. And I also get on my Slack channel. I'm going to go ahead and put the Slack link one more time into the YouTube chat box before I tune out. Any thoughts on NEO? What did you say? Any thoughts on NEO may go back up? I think it will go back up, but I'm waiting for some more certainty. You know, that a lot of the volume is selling volume on Bittrex, so I'm just waiting to get back into a new position to swing. But I do think Vertcoin does have a future, for sure. I mean, not Vertcoin, NEO, sorry, I'm like losing it. I've been on this live stream for 2 hours, I'm losing my mind. But NEO is at $35. I'm just waiting for it to catch that support, consolidate, and then I'll buy in. But I'm just holding off, But yeah, guys, I'm gonna be tuning out in a quick minute. Quick minute. Can you send me a direct message? Absolutely, you can send me a direct message on Twitter or on YouTube. Can I go over the chart patterns I look for? I'm actually gonna get into greater detail on how exactly I do my charting. A lot of people have different ways of doing it, but I'm gonna get into details with that in future live streams. Maybe I'll actually publish a video on charting and stuff like that instead of a live stream, but I'm gonna do that in the future. It's kind of a lot of stuff to talk about in a short period of time, and I'm just about to tune out, so I can't really answer that question. XRP is crashing if anyone wants to get into it. It's a great time. I think I'm gonna get into more. I don't have any new positions with XRP. Would love a video series on charting. Yeah, I might think about it, you know, if I have the time. I mean, if I have the time and I can do it, absolutely. And also, guys, you know, I have my tip jar. I have my tip jar in the description below if you guys want to tip my channel. I'd love for you guys to tip me in Litecoin because I don't have to worry about the volatility, but yeah, I have my tip addresses in the description below. I know I haven't asked for tips ever, recently at least, but yeah, I have my addresses in the description. Vegas here, hit us up if you need to know what clubs are cool. Yeah, I know, I want to go to Las Vegas soon, so hopefully I can make my way over there soon. No problem. Thank you for tuning in. What coins do I focus on? At the current moment, I'm focusing on Litecoin, NEO, Vertcoin, Lisk, what else? Bitcoin, and a few others. I can't really think right now. I'm starting to zone out. But I mean, I have my top picks. I've talked about my top picks multiple times, reassuring you guys what my top picks are in previous live streams. But I mean, SYS coin is also on my top picks from my very first live stream. And we've seen some pumps with it recently. Monero, yes, the bad virus. What's up, the bad virus? That's the first chat I've seen from you. Monero is on my top picks. Lisk will be big. I think Lisk is going to be big, especially with JavaScript and also the rebranding next month. So big things to come. Vertcoin, yep. Civics isn't in my top picks. What's up, the bad virus? All right, guys, I am going to be tuning out now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe, smash that like button before you leave this stream, and also get on my Twitter account at @CryptoHedge_. Should I buy Vertcoin now? I think that I would buy a dip. I would just buy a dip with Vertcoin personally. I already bought quite a bit, and I think that I'm holding off to buy into another position. But I bought into a nice position with Vertcoin at 40 cents, and now it's above 50 cents. But make your best judgment. Have your stop loss orders ready just in case it takes a dip. And yeah, and I mean, Lisk is at a dip right now too. Looks like Lisk is starting to consolidate. So I'd buy the dips, but always buy the dips because, of course, that's what most people in the cryptocurrency community do. Don't buy high, especially after a surge. I mean, Bitcoin Cash, that would have been a terrible buy to buy during that FOMO. Yeah, dollar cost average, yes. Put some lower buy-in orders. That would be the best way to do it. Exactly what Stacking said. Should I buy Litecoin now? I would do the same thing as Stacking said. I would put lower buy orders in, track it closely. We did just break out, and it looks like we're continuing to break out. We'll see how far it goes. But I mean, long term, you can't go wrong with Litecoin. You can't go wrong. It's a great long-term coin, great long-term hodl. I mean, I have Litecoin that I bought at $45 a while back, and I hodled it when it went down to $35. But I've been swinging, so I told you guys what the average is, the median of what I purchased most of my Litecoin for from doing the swing trading that I have done. But No problem, guys. All right, I'm tuning out. Thank you for tuning in. Smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, tip my channel, and get onto my Twitter. And I'm going to put my Slack channel website link into this chat box one more time. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm out of here. See ya.
Looking out from the inside, I find myself